Welcome to this Gradescope On Demand video. This video will introduce you to Gradescope, why it can be useful, and how to add it to your Canvas course. In particular, we will talk about Gradescope's purpose, or what you can do with it, its potential audience, or who should consider using Gradescope, use cases, which in this case are the different types of assignments you can grade with Gradescope, and finally, a short demo of how to install it inside of Canvas as well as its unique benefits. Gradescope helps you grade student work quickly and consistently. It works for assignments that are done digitally, like on a Microsoft Word document, or on paper. Once the work is on the platform, Gradescope tools speed up your ability to give detailed feedback. After grading, its grade analytics features help you get a clear picture of the particular mistakes that your class made on the assignment or test. Who should consider using Gradescope? The tool can be used for any subject area. I'll also note that Gradescope is often very useful for the types of assignments in STEM classes. On the next slide, I'll go over more specifics. Gradescope is particularly useful for problem sets where students show their work, other assignments with free response questions, questions where partial credit can be awarded, coding or programming assignments, and as a replacement for Scantron graded exams. Now let's transition to the tool. First, I will walk you through the steps of integrating Gradescope within a Canvas course, and then I will introduce its main features. Log into Canvas and access your desired course. In the course navigation menu on the left, scroll all the way down and select Settings. On the Settings page, select Navigation at the top and drag Gradescope from the lower menu to the upper menu. Finally, scroll down and click Save. From the course navigation menu, select Gradescope, and the link to a Canvas course window will appear. After this, a new course will be created in Gradescope with the Canvas course's name and specifications. Next, I'm going to sync the Canvas roster to Gradescope, which will allow for grade passback. For Gradescope to be linked with the course gradebook, make sure to sync the course roster. It's a very quick process. Select Roster from the Gradescope navigation menu on the left. Then select Sync Canvas Roster. And finally, select Sync Roster. You have a few other options, such as adding an individual student, TA, or instructor to the course, sending a notification to students when they enroll, or downloading the roster. Now let's take a look back at the main navigation on the left. The dashboard has course information like the course ID, course description, and things that you have to do. I will come back to assignments in a few minutes. The roster in Gradescope now has enrollees' full names, email addresses, and their roles. As the name indicates, extensions allows instructors to grant extensions to students for assignments that have a due date. Course setting is where you can update course information. Let's now take a look at assignments. As soon as I click on assignments, Gradescope takes me to the assignment page. If you already have created assignments, they will be here with their name, when it was released, when it was due, how many students have submitted the assignment, what percentage of their work has been graded, and so on. By clicking on Create Assignment in the bottom right, you can see that you can create exams and quizzes, homework and problem sets, bubble sheet quizzes, program assignments, and online assignments. For all except for online assignments, students can complete their work on paper and then digitize it or through a digital document. The last assignment type is an online assignment, which is similar to a Beachboard or Canvas quiz. Now I'll show you how to grade a paper-based assignment that has been scanned and uploaded to Gradescope. On the left side of the screen are tabs that represent the steps in the process. In the middle is the student work that I'm grading, and on the right is the grading scale or rubric. When we grade with Gradescope, we mark off what each particular student did right. I see Wade did a few of these things correctly, so I check off the boxes. As you can see, clicking on the little numbered boxes, which are called rubric items, results in his total points going from 0 out of 5 to 4 out of 5. In other words, we have graded Wade's work. Afterwards, the cumulative grade for the assignment can easily be transferred to the Canvas gradebook. By the way, these rubric items don't just appear automatically. I have to create them. Here, I'll create one and just call it anything and assign it 1.5 points. Now I'll show you some of the tools that I can use to give additional feedback. The first thing is that Wade will be able to see which rubric items he got and which items he did not get for each question. You can also draw directly on the assignment. Here I will draw 2 check marks. You can also type comments and easily reuse them. Now I'll go on to the next student. First, I'll zoom in a little bit. As you can see, the exact same rubric items show up for this student, so once you have rubric items, you can use them to grade your students quite quickly. Also note that we are still on question 1 for a different student. Gradescope does this by default so that you can focus on one question at a time. It's also easy to delete and modify rubric items, which I'll do right now. I'll change the point value for a few of these because I want the first item to be emphasized more, since that's what we're learning in class. Now let's look at Wade's answer again. You can see the rubric item point values have been retroactively applied to his grade. Thus, if you change your mind on how much an item is worth, Gradescope saves you time during regrading. The last thing that I want to show you is the statistics that are available to you on Gradescope. I've graded all of the students for the assignment you saw earlier, and I clicked on Statistics. You will recognize in the first column that the same rubric items we saw before are there. And on the right, you'll see the percentage of students who got that rubric item marked off on their assignment. So I can see that the weakest point for students in general for this question was applying the product rule and their final answer being simplified completely. With this information, I can review or reteach those 2 things. As you can see, the statistics aspect of Gradescope can be a powerful feature for driving student success. Thank you very much for attending this on-demand workshop. The purpose of this video was to introduce you to Gradescope and its benefits. If you have any further questions or requests for one-on-one trainings, please contact us by emailing ats-instructionaldesign@csuob.edu or coming to our Zoom room, also known as virtual support.